Hello, everyone. Hi, my name is Leigh Ralston. I'm also known as Mommy Leigh from Faber-Castell, USA. It's time for another fun class here with Michael Stores. Welcome to the first part of this two-part class that we're going to do. Please know that what we're doing today, we're doing a bullet journal, but this is something that you can actually use for projects like card making. You can use this for as a coloring book. And so it's basically, we're going to start from sketch and we're going to do the line art today. So you can do many things with this drawing because we're going to create this beautiful enchanted forest. It's kind of like a fall theme with a, a little bit of spring too, because we have like little critters in here. So I don't think it's 100% fall and I don't think it's fully spring, but we have a little fairy. So everything's kawaii, the cute style of drawing. So I hope that you're excited. Before we get the class started, I want to say hello to everyone. It's nice to see some familiar names here. Hello, Robin from Colorado. We have Patricia. Hello, everybody. I always get excited when it's Wednesday because I know we get to do a class like this. Hi, Kelly. Hello from California, sending love from Texas. And so I am excited. I hope that you are too. Now I have this notebook. So here, what do we have here? I'm having a hard time with this. Okay, there we go. So here, the notebook that I'm using is from, I think I've been pronouncing it wrong. I think I'm saying a Lois term, but I think I read someone, I listened to someone pronounced it. I think Ryder Carroll pronounced it differently, like term or something like that. But I'm gonna call it Lois because I like the sound of it. It's a notebook of my choice. Now, if you don't have this notebook, it doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters is that the notebook that you pick is important if you're going to be using a medium that is a water-based. If your medium requires, if you're going to use a lot of water, like watercolors, water-soluble markers like that, now that's going to be different. Okay, so, but today we're going to do line art first. We're not going to do any type of coloring. Next week, we're going to draw. See, I'm going to show you. This is when I created the sample. So this is also the Lois term, but this one has a lighter paper. So I think this was just maybe 90 pounds. Please don't quote me on that because I am really not sure. But this was their old notebook that has a much lighter page, but it really handles water well as well. As long as you don't soak it too much, there's not too much water, I think you'll be okay. Now this is the new one, the bullet journal edition, and I've been doing a lot of different types. I've been using many different types of medium here, like watercolor. Of course, my Faber-Castell Pitt artist pens work so well in this one for this. You do blending and all that. I do a little bit of gouache. I do a little bit of acrylic markers and all that. So that's the only thing when choosing your notebook. Choose your notebook depending on what type of media that you're going to be using. Okay, so I hope that that makes sense. All right, bullet journal. There's a lot of many different misconceptions about bullet journal. They say when you're bullet journaling, it's only for planning. Not if you don't plan. What if you don't do a weekly layout or all that? Bullet journal, I think, was created by Ryder Carroll to really help you be more mindful of the day-to-day lives, or even be more mindful about your goals and aspirations in life, or even just documenting your memories. For example, for someone that doesn't have the best memory, it really does help writing things down. There's a science behind that, so it's kind of like writing things down. Even, for example, it's called back planning. It's amazing because in this digital world, not a lot of people know that doing the analog type of planning with a pen and paper really does still work. And there's a big community out there. If you just search for the hashtag planner community, there's going to be a whole lot of contents online that you can see the hashtag bullet journal and all that. Now, I use my bullet journal in many different ways. I use it for list making. I use it obviously to draw and doodle and do it this like fun. I stick stickers to it and all that. So one of the misconceptions is that you have to use it for one thing. I don't think that that's true. You can use it many different ways, you know. If you want to just use it as a sketchbook, as a notebook, then it really is up to you. So the choice is the decision why you're going to bullet journal is just up to you. So if you want to just use it for list making or to plan your whole life, then I say that's great. Okay, so pencil, important because we're going to do a little bit of sketching. I love using the kneadable eraser from Faber-Castell. This is what I use because it doesn't make any mess. I love it because I don't have to kind of like dust off all the eraser dust. Now for the marker that I'm using, I'm not going to use all of this, but I really wanted to show you guys what kind of other tips the Faber-Castell has to offer. So it comes in many different tips, especially the Black Pitt artist, you know. So there's from the, where's that? Okay, there we go. So from the extra super fine, you're going to see it like the XS. This is the extra super fine. Then they have the S1, which is the super fine, which of course I don't have in front of me because probably in my pencil case. Then there's the fine. There's also a medium nib. There's a brush, a soft brush. There's a calligraphy. This is a brand new one, not available at Michael's yet, but it's coming very, very soon. But you can check out fabercastell.com for the other tips. But for today, I'll use the pencil, a graphite pencil in 2B, just because sometimes it's hard to see the sketch. So I'm going to use a 2B here. And then I'll use the brush and the super fine, extra super fine one, the very, very fine tip. Okay, let's fix our camera. Here we go. And I'm gonna take out my face so we can have the full, there we go. So we can have this full screen. Okay, and if you have any questions, please use the chat section and let's be kind in the chat section also, always remember. And before we get started, I want you to really slow down and I want you to be kind to yourself and not get frustrated if you don't get things right the first time. All right, so let me go look at the chat section. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Amy. Hello, hello from Sunshine now in St. Louis. That's great. Can you adjust the volume louder, please? Here we go. Is this much better? I have it now right next close to me. Is this better? All right, here we go. I don't want to be too loud. Sometimes I get to be so loud also. So this is an A5 size. I will use the full spread for the whole week. And the way to plan my life and to do my lists, I like to see things, my lists in a vertical way. Okay, so I tried doing it in a horizontal. I'll show you when I did my horizontal week. I tried it just to try another type of layout, but honestly, I don't think my brain was loving this horizontal thing like this. And if you notice this one right here, super simple, but the way we're gonna do things today is a bit more extra than this one. We're gonna really create a very, not complicated, but just a little extra layout today. So instead of boxes, instead of clouds, instead of anything, what we're going to do is we're going to draw some mushrooms that will divide the week into days. So we'll have Monday, Tuesday. So we'll create 7. Actually, I'm lying. We'll create 8 big mushrooms here. Did I create 7? Oh, I only created 7. So here. So we have 7 for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Here, I'm gonna adjust the brightness so it's not so bright. Okay, So 7-1, and then we have little tiny critters just for accents and to make things a whole lot more cuter. Now we can use this blank space right here to add more lists if you do, but really when I'm planning my week, I'm good with all these because I have all the highlights, and then you can use the, what do you call the body, the base of the mushroom. Oh God, I just realized I don't know what you call that. That's really bad. Okay. Thank you, Andrea. I know it's so cute because it's just so different, you know? So, okay, let's plan it. I want to start by drawing circles just so we can divide the mushroom head. And also we can really see the sizes that we're going to fit. So basically we're going to fit 3 in here, and we can put in 4 here because during the weekend, I know that not everybody stays home during the weekend, you know. Some people still work during the weekend, and I'm unfortunately not one of those. So I like to keep my weekend just really small. So Saturday and Sunday, I used to work a lot, but now it's like I'm a little bit older. So it kind of like I keep my weekends really relaxing. It's time for rest. All right. So when I say circles, I'm going to start drawing just plain circles like this so I can know where the placement of our mushroom. So I'll put in here the one big head, probably put in one in the middle. So don't overthink this one, guys. It's just mushroom. So when you're sketching, oh, I cannot see anything. For sure, you can't see anything here. Is this better? Hold on, let's zoom in. Here we go. It's probably better. Sorry about that. Okay, so don't overthink this one. And we're going to try and use the middle part also. It might be slightly, we might regret that later. I don't think so, but basically we want to fill this whole area here. So this will be my Monday. My Tuesday is a little bit small, but we can fix that later. Wednesday, I'll put in one here because we're going to fit in here to the right. So I'll place the Thursday a bit higher. So we'll have one. So when you're sketching, try to do really light so that you won't have any frustrating moments later trying to erase them. So I put one just right below the Thursday. This will be my Friday. And then I'll have my Saturday on top. And then we'll do Sunday over here, much smaller. And it's okay to overlap. See how part of that is overlapping. The reason why I did this in 2 parts, because you're going to notice just to really create the composition, it takes a while, you know, because there's a lot of thinking process, and then we do coloring. So just the sketching and the line art, it will take us an hour. You don't have to spend an hour in your journal, but if you have an hour to spare, why not? I mean, what's the fun of that? Okay, so I think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think I will adjust that Sunday just later. And then here we're going to draw a bug, bee. No, it's a lighting bug. Sorry. We're going to put our lighting bug in there. And then we put in here November. So for the whole month. So I'll just write in November, just so I know where it's at. And then we can put in the numbers in there later, the days. I like to start my week in Monday. I know some people like it start on a Sunday. For some reason, my brain likes it when my week starts on a Monday. All right, so Monday was 31st, Tuesday was 1, 2. I can't believe it's November. Oh no, here I go again. Talking about days. But it is, it's so fast. 16, 17, 18. My pencil is bigger than what I would like, but later I will make that smaller. Anyways, I know that that's there. Okay, and so for the month title, we're going to want to write in the word November here. Here we go. So the way I'm going to write the word November. I'm going to put it here right on top. And look, I'm just going to write N-O-V, right? Nothing super serious about that. And for the lightning bug, I'm going to draw a circle again. I think it's very important to see the process like this, because sometimes when you see a full layout on social media, you know, online, you're like overwhelmed because I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to do that. I wish I could draw. Well, guess what? You have a magic pencil and a magic pen right now. You are drawing. So just 3 circles, 1, 2, 3, and I just added like this little teardrop, upside down teardrop on top for the wings. So this is just to place our little bug in there, and we're going to fix the details later. Now for the clouds, you're going to do half circles like that. Play around with the size of your half circles. Some are much smaller, some are all that. And here I'm going to do that too. That. So when I created this layout, I was thinking like a serene evening, you know, it's not morning. So I'm going to draw a cloud, a star somewhere, and also a moon. I think I'll draw the moon here, just like how I did it. So it's kind of like a smile. Look at this, just like that. And then we're going to repeat that same shape. The other side though, starting from this point, stretch it just a little bit, and then make a curve, and then go meet the other point over here. Just like that. Sometimes we try to overcomplicate things when it's just really basic shapes. I know I repeat that over and over, but it's really important to, you know, to really remember that as adults, we try to overcomplicate things. See, just a little triangle, but instead of a sharp triangle, I'm trying to make it round. Now, if you find this hard, I've been doing this for a long time, and I know it's not that easy to make a star, honestly. So you can do your regular 5-point star like this, and start with that as your frame. See? And then you can fix it later. Then you can use this as your guide to create a much cuter. So I'm going to go draw outside that. I'm going to follow this and use this as my guide. Do that. Am I still low, guys? Okay, hold on. Sorry about that. Let me fix it. I'm afraid to get real loud. Is this better? Let me know if this one's better. I adjusted the volume. I hope that this trick was helpful. This one's nice to see. I'm going to erase it, the inside, and just really check if this is good for my eyes. Now, I love kawaii drawings, and this is something that you've seen my notebook. They're like everywhere in my notebook. I love kawaii things. Kawaii means cute in Japan. I'm looking at it as like crooked, so we'll fix that. Just like that. I feel like this one is a bit more low. So I'll adjust it, and this is why it's important to sketch first, because you can adjust things just like that. Patricia said she loves Kawaii too. Good. They make me so happy. It's like flipping through my notebook. Oh my gosh, it makes me happy. It's like makes writing down bills much, much better. Here, your credit bill. Oh, but with a star, it makes it so cute. Oh, I gotta go pay my credit card. Everything just makes it much better. Okay, so we have our star in there. And then I'll just kind of add like grace. I don't know about that. Like, Lay, you're embarrassing. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna pretend that didn't happen. So moving on. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. All right, so for my clouds, I feel like I want to add maybe one that's overlapping, like sticking out. So I'm just gonna draw half of it. So here. And that's what's gonna make your spread I think more interesting when things are like kind of like spread out, more equal balance here. So half of the clouds is there and all that. Even just the circles alone, look how cute this is. So we just have circles. You can use the circles as a frame, but we're extra. So we're gonna make them mushrooms. This is why I love using the kneadable eraser, because what I do is roll it like this. Now, every paper is different. Sometimes it doesn't work. So I just kind of like lightly go through that, my sketch. All right. And then we're going to start drawing our mushrooms. Okay, guys, mushroom. It's going to be a round head on top. I'm going to show you a sample. I'm going to follow my guide, my circles earlier. So I'm going to do the top just like that. Okay. And for this one, I'm not going to draw a straight line. What it's going to be is like slightly curved in the middle. So from this point here, I'm just going to bring it up and slightly curve it on here in the middle part and going down. So it's kind of like a rainbow, but not overly arched. Okay, so just slightly. Okay, and then we're going to do the mushroom base. I'm just going to call it mushroom base, okay, because I don't know it. Go. I should have paid more attention in school. Here. I don't think we have botany class in school before. So we have one mushroom. Now for this one, the bottom part of the mushroom, it's going to slightly curved again. But this time I don't have to do one whole thing. But if it's going to help you, you can do that and just erase it later. Like that. Yay, that's so cute. I'm going to draw one here. I feel like this is going to be too small for, so I'm going to adjust that a little bit because we can overlap our mushrooms. And also how we want to do this is we're not going to do everything straight like this. We want some mushrooms to be like leaning over to a little bit to the left, you know, some are like leaning over to the right, and some would be just straight like this. I'm going to do this again, curved, slightly curve up in the middle, like that. And this one, I'll make the base much wider, just like this. And I knew I wanted to leave a little bit of space here because we're going to draw our fairy, or we can actually do the fairy where it's just right here. Yeah, I think we can do that. We'll just leave it like that. We'll draw our little fairy here on the side for our to-do notes and notes section. I love to leave part at the bottom, like for a notes area. and more lists and all that. So I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing now. So this one, I'm gonna curve it again. And do the same thing. This one is like, whoa, 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 whoa. My flying pencil. This is going to be leaning to the right, just like bit. So the way you're going to do that is the way you're going to position your base. So if everything you're going to do is straight on like this, then your mushroom will appear to be straight on. But if you want your, look at this, slightly curved for your base of the mushroom like this, then that's going to give you that look that it's leaning to your right or leaning to the left. Okay, so don't make them straight, but if you want to make them straight, of course, that's your call. Okay, and here I'll do that. Right, I'll start. This for sure will be leaning to the left. Like that. I'm not going to do the base first for that Thursday because I want to do the mushroom here first. All right, does that make sense? Because basically the base of this mushroom is going to be behind this mushroom. This one is in the foreground and that's slightly in the background. Not really background, but just, you know, this is behind this one mushroom. And then a curved line. This was like really small and tiny. So curve your lines just like this. So now we can do the base for this one. Okay. Like this. Now for this one, I feel like I need to adjust a little bit. I need to, because my circle's right here, but I want to go move it over to the left just a little bit. Now you can make your mushrooms a bit more pointier on top if you'd like. But I really like it where my mushrooms are like more on the round side. I think when you're drawing kawaii things, everything is just much more on the rounder side. It appears to be more cuter. But then again, these are just, you know, things where everything is personal preference. That. And like what we did for these mushrooms, I'm going to do the same thing here, where I will do this mushroom first. Sundays, football. So I don't need a whole big space for the football. Here we go. This one's really, really tiny. It's almost as tiny as that one. Okay, and I can fix this now. And again, these are just our sketch. We can make a difference, okay? So make sure, so remember that you can still make adjustments if you want to. Look at me, I'm like making some parts of it where it's like really curved. This. That. I'm gonna draw that. I'm trying to avoid like sharp lines, sharp curves like that, because when you're drawing kawaii, the more rounder, the more cuter. Do that. Goodness. All right. I think we're good. So do you see how much help that was when just adding the circle first as your base? Because if you start adding the mushrooms already, I think that will like a little overwhelming. But if you start with just the circles and see, just planning your placement and planning the size of the mushrooms really, really does help a lot. Now I'm going to make the changes, some adjustments, like for the sharp curves on the right, I'm going to change that and make it a bit more roundy. It's kind of like a part of it is like slightly sticking like this. See, it's kind of like a letter C. I'm just trying to add character now to the drawing. And that's what you can do also. It's like, look at your mushrooms and say, how can I make it? Maybe I'll make the base much more wider or maybe more thinner if you'd like. Let's see. All right. Okay, so for the critters, we want to add critters in here. I want to add a snail and a frog. So I'm going to start with adding first some grass so we can create a division for this section and to this section below. So we're just going to add like grass. So you can start with just a wavy line. Like that. Get started with just the grass, the ground first. Now I'm going to add some grass. And again, don't overthink the grass. We're just making spiky like this. That one. So the thing that you want to plan with the grass is just direction of the growth sticking out. Okay, so I'm going to start with just leaning to the left first, and we're going to go slightly. This one is slightly in the middle, but going to the right. And then I'll do this one like really leaning over to my right. So you can do it in 5, you can do it in 4, you can do it round like this if you like. So it's going to be up to your imagination. What kind of grass would you like? Or you can just add some like this, some half circles if you'd like also. So design your own grass. Right? Start here. And that. Okay, so for my frog, I think I'm going to put my cute frog over here. For this one, we're going to make like an oval. Or actually a letter U upside down also. Just like that. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit for this one. Okay, and then I'm going to add eyes. So 2 circles. Like that. And then for this one, I'm going to make it's kind of like her eyes is like a letter U again, just like that. And a little tiny mouth. It's so cute. Right, for the legs, look at this. This is all we're going to make, like a little hump over there. So on both sides. Little legs sticking out. Okay. And then we'll just make 2 hands by making this little hump right there. Tiny mountains. Ah, so cute. Now, later when we start, next week, I should say, next week when we start coloring this, we're going to start playing with blending and all that, because I think when you're adding shadows and highlights and depths and all that, it really adds to the character. Now, it's really good just as like this, just line art also. But when you start adding color, I think it just takes it to the next level, just a notch. Now for a bug, I really am just going to keep it almost just like this. I'm just going to add a cute face, 2 tiny dots for the face, and a smile. We're just going to add like this. It's kind of like curving line first, going up, and then I'm gonna make a spiral. So I'm gonna make like this, like that. And I'll repeat the same, but going towards my right, and just like that. So cute. Right, we want more stars, but here I want to draw like teardrops to show that this is a lightning bug. So that behind is glowing, glow, glow, just like that. And then I'll add some stars. I love stars. I use them as accents everywhere in my journal. You guys are going to see it. Because it's so easy. It's so cute. You know, I use hearts as well, dots, but they're just great embellishments and accents in your notebooks. Simple shapes like that, you can't go wrong. Add a little bit of star in here, just like that. Okay, for my clouds, we're going to add some face. And I try to make everything just happy. Life is already full of surprises, so I want to keep my art in a happy, 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 good vibes. So here, sometimes there's some salty ones in here. I'm going to show you how to make those expressions when they can sometimes be salty. So we're going to do 2 horizontal line, okay? So just 2 horizontal. Stick this one so we can see the eyes. And then we're going to draw a dot, circle. Yeah, sometimes it can be salty. It's like, what are you smiling at? And then it's kind of like, we're not going to make it frown. Just like a smirky, like a really ornery smile. Just like that. You are one ornery clown. What are you thinking? Sometimes I look at my drawings, I'm like, I wonder what that guy is thinking right over there. I really don't know. Okay, we'll make this one happy. Right, Andrea? Look at this. Look at that smirk. I mean, come on. It's like, you are something else. Okay, I'm gonna keep that plain. I think I'll add just a small cloud in here so we can stretch our clouds just a little bit there. Okay, let's look at it. Let's look at our drawing. It looks so cute already. Okay, so for the dates, this is sometimes sometimes I forget to do it. I keep forgetting that, oh my God, this is calendar. So sometimes I'd space them out thinking, where am I going to put the dates now? So I'm just going to, we can choose to put it in the base. Now, this is your choice. If you want to use the mushroom heads as where our area to write the notes, do you want to use the body of the mushroom to write your notes as well? So it's all going to be up to you, but I think I want to stay with the circle is going to be on top for the dates of the week. So I'm going to do, and then I am going to add should add faces to our mushroom. Is it going to be too much? I don't think so. I think you can't have too many faces in here. I think it's going to look cute. But I'm going to write Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And this is where using different size of marker tips will really help, because I know I write big and sometimes I'm running out of space. Saturday and Sunday. I think this was good. I think what we did was great, because now we have some section over here for notes and lists. I like this. I'm glad we didn't create another mushroom for that to do. All right, now we're going to play with expressions. We'll just add some faces to our mushroom, because why not? Okay, so we'll play around with more expressions. Now this time we're going to do, instead of just 2 like very small circle, we'll make it like an oval, but don't make it too big, just enough. So we'll start with 2, just like that. And for this one, we're going to add like a hump this. See that? See the difference from just this and then that here. So now it's looking at the lighting bug, I think. And then for the mouth, the way we did the eyes, we're going to do the same thing. Just kind of like, oh, like what? That's what I was thinking. And then, okay, so this one's going to be like sleepy. So we're going to do this eyes. It's like, you know what? I don't really care. So unbothered. We'll add some lashes because we're extra. And very tiny mouth. You know, sometimes guys playing with just the size of the mouth, it's you can really see the difference of how much change it's gonna do with the whole expression and all that. Play around with your mouth. See, try it with like much bigger one, and I'll show you, and so we can see like the difference. Okay, so I'll erase this one, and I'm gonna make it where it's like slightly larger. So there's a letter U. See the difference? It's still cute, but it's just different. Now what we can do is we're going to close this one shape, just like that. Now it's like one big mouth. So this corner right here, this one, I'm going to bring it down. So a slight curve like that. Okay. And I'm going to fill in this area right here. I'm going to shade that. See? Ta-da! It's like we're making a masterpiece from cute kawaii mouth. All right, here we go. Moving on. What do we do? Now we can make this one. Look at this eyes. We're going to make an oval shape. Big one like this. It's going to like, not egg, more oval really. I'm going to make another one on the right side. So this one is like, but we're gonna go make half inside, and we're gonna fill in that, do that. Like this. It's gonna like confuse and I don't know. I don't know. He's not too excited about, but he's probably like thinking about something. I don't really know. But this cute expression too. So this one we're just going to make like squinting. See what we did with the lashes. We're going to do the opposite where it's kind of like an arch. So we'll do that. Just like that. And with the same mouth, but slightly smaller. And instead of just filling the top part, I'm going to fill in the whole shape. Just like that. It's like really happy. This one, no lashes. We'll keep it just simple like that. This one, we're just going to make it really simple. Just a small mouth. This one, because this is mischievous. You are such a mischievous clown. We're going to make this one mischievous too. So it's going to, he's looking here. He's the one who's going to look at the clouds too. Like, what are you planning, huh? Oh, the two eyes. See this one, we added the eyes to the really edge. This one, it's kind of like, I don't like this one. Look at the difference from where it's like close to the edge of that line. This one is looking more like real eyes to me. I don't like it. I'm gonna erase it. I'm gonna copy what I did in the cloud because that's a better expression, I think. more playful. I'm just gonna do two eyes. I think it's the curving line. I think that was it. Why is he mad? It looks so mad right now. Sad? Nope, I don't want sad. We're gonna do mischievous smile again. Why not? Like, so they're both really mischievous now. Like, I don't know about this. Okay, then this one, to make like a little sassy one, I'm going to show you how, you know how we did the curve to that eye? We're going to do the same thing. It's kind of like, you know, drawing a human eye. So just like this, but for the end, we're going to add some extra wing in there. Just like that. Then I'll add another one, flickering eyelashes. And we'll add another one here. So start with the curve first, the arch, and then flick the lashes. Okay, here we go. And then a really sweet smile. Oh, that's so cute. There. Oh my gosh, so cute already. Okay, now I want to add some snail in here. Look at our time. 5:47. We're just sketching now. We haven't even done line art yet. What? Okay, Lay. Okay, here we go. I don't think it's gonna, I'm just gonna make another frog and we are going to make our snail over here and then our fairy over here, okay? Because I don't think it's gonna fit. So again, remember how we did our frog? Just like this. Okay. And then legs sticking out. Legs sticking out. Two for the eyes. But I think this is the longest part for me, really, because this is where we're laying down all our ideas. We're making changes left and right, you know, so this one I have 2 dots instead of that letter U. 2 tiny hands for the froggy. Okay, for our snail, I think I'm going to add the snail to my right so that it's looking at everything. So for the snail, I'm going to start with one small first, one small circle. Okay, this is what's going to help you guys because sometimes it's not hard, but you know, we try to make things complicated again. So we do the circle, bigger one. Just like that. Then we're going to connect this one, the neck, down. Make this one much better. So this is like slightly curving line. Like that. And then wiggly line. That. This one will bring down and then connect. Okay. So is this a slug when the eyes are like on top? I don't even know. Just gonna draw 2 vertical lines. Actually 4 now. Now we're gonna put a circle on top. Just like that. We'll add 2. And then a little tiny mouth. And then for its shell, now you can be creative with the shell. You can decorate it, add some patterns inside if you'd like. Winston, my little dog is here. I'm gonna make mine just spiral. So I'll start in the middle. It's kind of like making spiral. it's going to overlap on that circle part. Oh, it's so cute. I'm going to make a grass. Slightly different from the grass on top. I don't mind it. I'll just draw stars because they're so cute. Just like that. Now for our fairy, believe it or not, we're going to compose the fairy just the same way. And I think this one, because the fairy is going to be slightly bigger, we'll be able to make it fit. I think we can. So we'll start with the head. So we draw a circle. I'm going to be more mindful with the size of the circle. Okay, and then the body. Look at the body. Remember how we did our bug, lighting bug? Just like that too. I know it's looking like just like shapes, right? And then I know the placement, so I'm going to add my arm both from the sides, like that. And then thank goodness it's a kawaii legs. So look, we just extended these and that. Slightly slanted lines. And then from the middle part, I'm going to draw a line that is leaning to the left and this one going to the right. Okay, and for my feet, just slightly curved here. I think, hold on. I had to sneeze. Excuse me. I think the feet is always where I try to complicate things. So I'm just going to make round just like this. I'll repeat the same thing, just like that. Okay, now it's time to make adjustments here. So I'm going to lighten my sketch. I'm going to start building my fairy. So for the face, I'm not going to use just a circle, but I'm going to use this as my guide. So I'm going to make like a U, letter U, where it's slightly here in the middle, like pointy, not really, but because of my pencil, it makes it hard. I have to sharpen it. That's why I love using mechanical pencil also, because of the fine point. So there is a letter U, just like that. So that's my head. Now for my hair, now we can play around with the hair of our fairy. You can choose to make it like curly if you'd like. If you're going to make curly hairs, you know how simple that is, and it's so pretty too. You make spirals like this. It's like that. I like to just create little tiny spirals sticking out just like that. We can make it where it has bangs. So I want to show you. So I start here connecting. So I go up, it's kind of like a triangle in the middle, and then another one to kind of show some parts. See, I think this is my favorite, like that. And then I'll start to add my ears. I like my ears on the bigger side, just like that. And then my head. That. I want it to kind of like sticking out on the sides like that. And then bring this down like that. But first, we got to go right the costume. I mean, we've all done it. You can make it just like this. Like if you wanted to wear a dress. You know how we made our mushroom, the body of the mushroom, just like that. See how we're using just the same shapes over and over and over. to create these beautiful characters. Very simple. And see how I did with my bangs? I'm going to do the same thing. Draw that, do this, and do that. Up and down. And the more you practice, guys, the more you practice, you're really going to find more creative ways to make your drawings your own. Now, what I'm showing is I'm showing you the process because I think it's really important to see the creative process from the beginning till the end, because you can see how we just use circles or as our shapes instead of me drawing, you know, the shape right away. It's going to be a bit more complicated, but when you see that I started with a circle and we created and turned it into a fairy like this, you're like, oh, I can do that too. Oh, you just that, you know. So I hope that really helps. Okay, so now we're gonna do the legs. 2 down. That. For the fairy wings, now it's going to overlap the other side. I'm just going to add wings. You can decorate the wings, add like little tiny spirals like this. We can put some circles inside. You can make her dress like that. You can add some stripes. You can make it polka dots, whichever you want. For the eyes, I like to keep them really simple. Look, 2 dots. You can add the cute tiny little mouth. And so cute. Ah, ta-da! Oh my goodness, we actually finished the whole sketch. Goodness, can we do it 2 minutes? Can we do the line art in 2 minutes? Oh, I don't think we can. But we did everything anyways. But for the line art, I'm going to show you real quick though. So this is your assignment, is for you to do the line art, and then we're going to color them next week. But I want to show you guys the difference of the different tips. For the mushroom, I think I'm going to go with the brush. Now be careful with brush pen, because brush pens are great tools, but they can be tricky, because remember, if you've attended our past class, which I'm sure you did, thank you so much, it depends on the pressure that you're going to use when you apply it. Sometimes you can get thicker, and that's the look that I really like. I like to have like a thin and thick with my line art, and I'll show you that real quick. You don't leave me here. We're gonna go just line just a few in here. So I'm gonna start with a mushroom. And when you're doing line art, remember you did all the work already in your sketch. So take your time here. And this is where you can easily mess up, is if you do it in a hurry. And I'm speaking from experience, because I have ruined a perfectly sketch work because I was just not being careful. So what I'm going to do here, instead of trying to do the whole mushroom head, I'm going to start in the middle, because I find it comfortable when I'm going down instead of going up. I feel I have better control. So I'll start here. Like that. And then breathe. It's like I hold my breathing. Like that. Okay. That. See how some parts are much thicker, the lines, because I'm deliberately, intentionally adding a bit more pressure. So using the tip of my brush pen, just slightly adding pressure to create the much thicker strokes like that. Cover that up. Oh, I'm not gonna pretend I know what you call the inside of the mushroom. Is it gills? What is this, fish? I don't know. But those lines inside, exactly. Andrew was right. Rotating, that will also help, but I don't want you guys to get dizzy. So gills, am I right? Am I really right? Oh my gosh, that was just a wild guess. I would have won whatever talent show on TV if I said gills for the mushroom. Okay, so for the gills, what we want to do is we want to start from the inside here, and we want to do like a like this. So from here, everything's gonna start from that inner corner, just like that. See? Now I would have used, I think, a much thinner one. I should have probably used the extra small for this one. For small details like that, I like to play around with the tips of the markers that I use. But sometimes, in all honesty, when I'm already doing the work, I get lazy to switch around my markers, but that's just me being completely honest with you. I'll just do that. Can you imagine? We just did the sketch and it's already been an hour. I hope that that was fun though, guys, because I really did have so much fun. It's kind of like we created this coloring page. We created this a page from a storybook also because it's so whimsical. It's so magical. It's just so fun. But so that's your assignment later. I would love for you to finish your line art later, you know, during watching TV or something, but try to enjoy doing the line art. We did all the hard work doing all the sketch. But I next week, part 2 will be coloring, adding background, adding some, you know, we'll play around with some watercolors in here, whatever medium you'd like to use. I think I'm going to use the Pitt artist pens because they're my favorite. And I'll show you how we can add some watercolor in the background because watercolor Pitt artists are into ink. So we can use that and use watercolor again to color in our background in the end. But thank you so much, everybody. I had so much fun. I appreciate everyone for being here. Again, I'll see you guys next weekend. If you have any questions, make sure to follow me on social media and ask questions there. I'd love to stay in touch. Thank you all. Have a beautiful evening. I'll see you again next week. Bye, everyone.